Whoa, good morning. Time flies when you're sober. It is crazy. We're at 80 days, my friends. 80 days, I have 100% sober. The most stimulating thing I consume is coffee, which does not negatively affect my life. But no weed, no tobacco, not even a sip of alcohol, which was never a problem, but still 100% sober. Not saying you have to be. It's just if you are called within yourself to be, then you do have to be, or else you're going to be chasing the demon constantly of high highs, low lows, trying to get high on life from substances. And it just never works because the substances run out. And then you're left to look at your real grounded self, and it doesn't feel good when you're jacked up on drugs and stimulants. So, or downers or whatever it is. But I wanted to talk and connect with you guys about, like, I made the video, I think 50 days sober a little while ago, and what has changed from day 50 to day 80. And it has changed a bit. So 80 days ago, when I first decided to get rid of weed and tobacco in my life, it was scary, of course, because I was trying to get off of something I'd become pretty just dependent on, just like in terms of for reducing my anxiety and chilling out. I was dependent on using those things pretty frequently, those plants. And it's scary to get off of them, of course, because you have to go through the process of weaning yourself off the chemical dependence. That's all it is. It's just chemicals affecting your natural chemical balance in your body. It's all scientific. You don't even have to feel bad about it. Look, these products exist. They're being advertised. They're really nice. Weed and tobacco, they're natural. And so you do it, and then it's not like you're a weak person for getting dependent on that stuff, because it's just affecting chemicals in your body, and everyone is just as susceptible to it. And it feels really good in the moment, but it also comes with bad stuff, like affecting your relationships and your anxiety when you're not on the medicines, etc. So, but what I'm saying is, I'm definitely at a point in my recovery, or sobriety you can call it, where I have to start making these videos again, and I have to start journaling and talking to some people about it, because it becomes normal to be sober at around day 80 like I am now, to the point where I'm not jacked up and focused on staying sober because it's normal now. So little ideas come back into my head like, now that I have 80 days off, maybe should I start smoking spliffs or whatever, joints once a week, like on UFC fight nights, and just keep it at that. And then, because I'm smart and rational and honest with myself, I remind myself in that moment, hey, bro, you've tried that. Doesn't work. If I let it in at all into my life, I'm gonna want it frequently, daily, multiple a day. And I only know that for myself because I've proven that to myself over the years. I've tried many times to do it in moderation, and it's extremely difficult or impossible for me. I end up just thinking about it all the time, and then I need it all the time, and then my self-confidence and relationships and good lifestyle habits fall apart. So that is why the whole point of recovery is to connect and tune in to your recovery process every single day with no exceptions. You can do that in so many forms. Me making this video is doing that for me today. I'm coming out to the public talking about this stuff. So in a couple hours, when the thought of, hey, maybe I should start smoking spliffs on the weekends come into my mind, I'm gonna remember this, me making this video and being accountable, and how shitty it would be if I do smoke that spliff and then do it the next day and have to make a video about how I'm back on it. For you, it might be going to a standard AA meeting, and talking with others about your recovery. Or maybe it's just you have an accountability partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, parent, or best friend. And every single day you exchange 3 or 4 texts back and forth saying, hey, another day sober, so grateful, I'm gonna stick to it, because I know I've tried to not be 100% sober, and then it fucks up my life a bit. So I want to be the best version of myself, so I'm going to stick to it today and tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. So I guess what I'm saying is, for my experience, using me as a little case study, after you have a couple months of being sober, and if you don't stick to your daily recovery lifestyle of communicating about it, of journaling about it, and you just kind of let it become your normal life, but you don't think about it, that is when the addiction can start to creep back in and give you little thoughts. And then you have the possibility of a relapse. And look, there are people who can use substances long-term for decades in a moderate way. And that's great. Honestly, I think I probably could, but I'm just not willing to even try right now, because I'm too jacked up and motivated on feeling my best self. And the reality is, like, substances are so weird. A spliff, a little weed and tobacco joint, feels incredible. I'm gonna say it. There's a reason people are addicted to tobacco and love weed. It feels damn good after a hard day of running, working on the computer, farming. A lot of people in my community use that on a daily basis. A lot. The majority, just as I did for the first year of living here. But what's coupled with that good feeling in every situation, you cannot escape this, is knowing in the back of your head that smoking stuff, and tobacco especially, is slowly killing you, giving you cancer, scarring up your lungs. You can't hike the trails as well, and you're becoming dependent on your calmness and relaxation and groundedness is dependent on you having a medicine in your hand. And yes, the medicines are natural in this case, but it's still, once you're sober, I now, on a sober level, have calmness and patience and appreciation and groundedness. Like, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, it's what I do. Over the last year, before I became 100% sober, at around noon or 1, 2 o'clock, without that spliff or joint, I started to get annoyed, angry with life, frustrated, easily triggered, not wanting to communicate with my loved ones. And it's sad to think, but that's what it is. That's why a cigarette smoker has to smoke tons of cigarettes a day to keep on medicating, to chill yourself out. And again, you shouldn't feel bad about it, because it's just powerful ass medicine affecting you as it affects everybody who tries it. There's not many people who can enjoy 1 cigarette a week or even 1 joint a week. Some can, but most of the time, and I would say if you can do that, it probably won't have a negative effect on your life in terms of health. In the same way that if you ate meat once or even twice a week, probably you're gonna get all the same health benefits as if you ate it 0 times a week. But most people, when they start eating meat and eggs and dairy, have to eat it for every meal. When you start smoking, you got to do it multiple times a day, because you're affecting your chemistry, or in the food context, you're affecting your gut biome. So if you resonate with me and you want to get back to that clean, sober feeling, which I'm telling you, it's an even better high than the 30-minute high you get from smoking something and then feeling like shit after. Sober high is way better, and the way to stick to it effortlessly is to focus on your recovery, communicate about it, share about it to a friend, to a loved one, to the internet, to a meeting, whatever it is. So when you start to get quiet, when you start to isolate, when you start to forget that you're on a journey trying to battle your addictions, that is when the addiction can creep back in. So this is me just saying, hello, I'm still on the journey, feeling good. I got 80 days sober. I got no intention of breaking that streak, because just looking at it like a scientist, the last 80 days, my mental health, my relationship, my productivity, my business, everything is better than before. Only thing I changed was not smoking every day. So stick to it. Reminder, I can always be your accountability partner. If you feel like you don't have someone in your life that you trust to check in with every day, that you're making the right choices, I offer for a little fee for us to check in with each other every single damn day through Facebook Messenger, with once a month doing a video call and then checking in daily on Messenger. So if you need that accountability and you want to talk with me about your recovery and stick to it, hit me up. And by the way, it doesn't only have to be about abstaining or recovering from a drug or weed or tobacco. If you need accountability with food, with exercise, whether you're doing too much or too little, eating too much or too little, whatever it is, I can be your accountability partner on anything. Essentially what this channel is about is identifying your demons, identifying the things in your life that are no longer serving you, and saying hello to them. I see you, and I'm ready to break that streak so that I can become the best version of myself. So if you get inspiration from how I do it and you want me to help you do that for yourself, you just hit me up, DM me on Instagram, or my email is jackson@plantriotic.com. Hit me up, let's do it all together. When we all come together and communicate vulnerably and honestly in the comments in this video, privately in the DMs, it's the only way we can become the best versions of ourselves. Most people cannot do it within themselves. You need to open up and share with others to really make big change. Much love, Dream Extreme. Super grateful for my life. Hare Krishna.